What's up, everyone? Welcome back to DC-MarvelGirl 1997, where I discuss comic books, movies, and pop culture. Also, if you're brand new, be sure to subscribe and hit that bell so you are always notified of new content. Let's begin. Now, first and foremost, I want to apologize if I sound nasally or if my voice is off. I've got a cold. Actually, I'm starting to get over it and I'm feeling much better, so please just ignore the sound of my voice. Alright, so with Powers of X, honestly, I'm still recovering after the deaths that occurred last week during House of X. No, scratch that. Let's not call them deaths, because these days, let's face it, do superheroes ever truly stay dead? No. They always find a way to come back from the dead miraculously. Looking at you, Jean Grey. However, this week with Powers of X, we might just have a possible explanation about what the heck happened with Jean, Cyclops, and Wolverine last week. Mr. Sinister made a comeback. Now, I want to say I'm surprised, but I'm kind of not. I mean, if you know what I mean. Given the dark turn Xavier has been headed on very recently, it's obvious why he would work with Mr. Sinister. And if you recall those pods that mutants emerged from at the beginning of House of X, from House of X issue 1, I bet you $100 that Sinister may or may not have had something to do with that. I mean, this son of a gun created clones of himself, for crying out loud. And then we watch as he kills a clone for not making him a cape. I mean, I love that. I just freaking love that. Now, shortly after we get the panels with Sinister, we see a reference to the one and only John Proudstar, ladies and gentlemen, who feels that we're going to see dear old Thunderbird make a comeback in the comics. And if you don't know who Thunderbird is, he's basically super durable, super strong, and he's one of the shortest serving X-Men members. Why? Because he died in his very first mission. The Gifted eventually did bring him in when that show was airing on television, and they gave him some spotlight again, but then they made Thunderbird a bit of an asshole by mixing his personality with his brother Warpath's. But besides the point, shortly after we see the news and gossip from Bar Sinister, we see Douglas Ramsey, Cypher, who is a mutant who can understand any language. He can speak any language that there is, basically. So he's able to communicate with Krakoa because Krakoa is an island that happens to be a mutant. I mean, the concept of Krakoa is from the Chris Claremont years. There was a lot of trippy stuff occurring during that era, and I'm not just talking about Jean Grey morphing with a cosmic fire parrot. Now, in these panels, we see Xavier explaining the concept of Krakoa to Cypher, and obviously this gets him on board, but then we see the future, and the future X-Men Year 1000 is where a lot of weird crap really starts to unfold, with more explanation of what's to happen in a possible future if Nimrod and Mother Mold are not stopped. And as you can expect, it gets crappier by the minute. Well, that's all we have time for today, guys. Again, if you're new, be sure to hit that subscribe button for more content, and follow my fanfiction account, DC-MarvelGirl 1997, where I update weekly on a series I'm working on titled Peace in Our Time. Excelsior, everybody!